Hello guys, good evening. Hello guys, good evening. My name is Denish Abucha, and I would like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. So in this particular channel, we'll be having different discussions of current things that are happening in the country. And so I'm just kindly requesting you to click on the subscription button, and you click on the notification bell so that anytime we upload a video, you'll be the first person to watch the video. And also don't forget to like and share the video to your friends. So just to kick off today, we're just going to talk about the what has been taking place in the country, the Gen Z protest, and of late we know as at now I'm very sure that we know some of the demands that the Gen Z had put in place for the president. One of them was the rejection of the finance bill, which the president successfully did, even though he did it later on after we saw a lot of lives that were lost. And then the second one was the dismissal of the entire cabinet, which the president respectfully did that. And so what people really waited with a lot of anticipation was who are going to be the new cabinet secretaries. So this is something that has made a lot of people talking and maybe speculation, thinking of who is likely to be here. And even we also saw that Raila Odinga came out publicly and strongly saying that he's going to support William Ruto and is also against the anti-Ruto must go chants. So we also expected Raila Odinga to be part of the new government, because Ruto said that he's going to form a broad-based government, contrary to what he had in his campaign. His campaign was based on the bottom up, but now he is coming with a broad-based government. And also, we have seen some of the principles of the Azimio coalition, like Wiper, the DAP, and Jubilee. They are not in togetherness with what Raila Odinga is advocating for, or what rather ODM as a party or as a member of the coalition is trying to advocate for. They are saying that they are inside with the people who are the Gen Zs or Kenyans at large, but Raila Odinga, on the other hand, is on the side of the government, is really trying hard to protect Ruto. So I don't know why, because if you can remember clearly, I think about around last year, Raila Odinga is the one who led protest saying that Ruto must go, Ruto must go. So I really don't know what changed, or why he did not even have the time to ask himself about the same question of what happens when Ruto goes. And I really don't know the sense that has come to him all of a sudden, that now you can see that Ruto should not leave his office as the president. And so a lot has been happening. And so today, the president called a presser at 4 p.m. And what people expected, obviously, was renaming the cabinet secretaries. And to our surprise, he did not he did not nominate all of them. He only said that he's going to do it in batches, and that this one was the first batch. So we are looking for the next batch. So in this first batch, I can say the president did a mistake, because out of the the CS that he sent home, he has brought some of them in the first batch. So some of the people have been brought back. Number one is Kindiki, and we saw that the IG of police, that is Jafet Koome, resigned following approval from the public because of police brutality that happened during the protest. And Jafet Koome is reporting under Kithure Kindiki. So most obviously, it means that all these problems that have been happening to the protesters was the orders came from Kindiki, and the president has brought Kindiki back to the position that he held before the dismissal of the cabinet. So it means the president is just trying to tell the country, or rather Gen Zs, that is going nowhere, and he just want to have those who he had before to continue doing whatever they are doing, and that is really impressed with the police torch pressure and the excessive use that the excessive police power that happened during the protest, especially on 25th June. And then the other one is Aden Duale. I don't know what the president is really impressed with Aden Duale on him getting appointed again as the minister for defense. And speculations are that Aden Duale, in one way or the other, is having maybe some knowledge or is having a hand on the attacks of Al-Shabaab in the Kenyan and Somali border. So I think these are some of the issues that we really need to address as a country. And the president, for the second time, not even the second, but for the third time, refused to read the language or to read the mood of the people of Kenya. Because the people of Kenya, or the Gen Zs, as per se, made it clear that the president should not do a reshuffle of his cabinet. He should do a total, he should disband the whole cabinet, which he did, but again now we are surprised to see the likes of Duale, Kindiki, and back. And then to the new faces he has introduced to his cabinet, just to discuss some of them, we are having in the Ministry of Agriculture. Ministry of Agriculture, we had Methika Linturi, who had a scandal of fake fertilizer, and whoever he has appointed back, this is the PA of this is the person who was the PA of Methika Linturi. So in simple terms, the president has just reinstated Linturi to his position indirectly. So the president is really enjoying the power of the people and is really belittling what we really need from him and expect from him as a president. And then the next one is this man called Julius Migosi. So Julius Migosi is the one who has been appointed as the cabinet secretary for education. And Migosi, for those who are following the Nyanza politics, Migosi was the running mate for Ezekiel Machogu. Machogu ran for governor for Kisii in the last general election, that's 2022, but he lost because there is more of is pro Raila, so it was really hard for him to maybe clean that particular seat. So his deputy, his running mate, who he chose that time, is who Ruto has appointed as the cabinet secretary. So you can clearly see that Ruto is really enjoying us and is not even serious or whatever we want to do. And then the next person who has been appointed for was the minister for health. And so this particular minister, news has it, and in the public domain, that her certificate or her license was revoked because she was not in compliance with whatever is required from a practitioner, a medical practitioner by the Ministry of Education. And then this is somebody who Ruto thinks in his own mind or in delusional mind that can lead the people of Kenya and serve us diligently in the office of the Minister of Education. So I think the president really got it wrong on that one. And maybe just to say something positive about the appointments, what stood out for me was the appointment for Eric Murithi, who is 32 years old, more of a young person, who we appointed as the Minister for Irrigation, Water and Sanitation. So I think that is maybe the only thing that the president has done better if you want to compare whatever he has done. And what I just want to tell the president, I don't know who is really advising him, but if me in my position where I am, I can think that whatever he's doing is wrong. And those who are around him, I think most probably they are learned better than myself. They have a little bit experience more than I do. But why are they finding it really hard to just to tell the president that, Mr. President, this is what the people want and this is what you should do? Why do you dismiss somebody? And you also have on the Gazette notice that he released, he gave us the grounds that he dismissed them. And then again, you are doing a reappointment, surely. So who is stupid here? And the Mr. President should know that you can fool some people at some time, but you cannot fool all people all the time. And Kenyans right now are enlightened than anybody else. So at least he should know that he's the one who went around and keep saying Wajinga wameisha Kenya. Wajinga wako Kenya side. Everybody now is enlightened and they know what they are doing. So, Mr. President, the first thing, I think up this particular time, you already made a peace that you are a one-time president, and no, but that is not debatable. So you may refuse to leave office right now, but the irreducible minimum that we require from you as Gen Z is that you resign. Because me, I was even telling my peers, at least we should now give Ruto time to work, and then let us see who is going to select as his cabinet who are going to assist him in maybe working for the remainder of his term. But Mr. President, when you are coming, you are now even doing the worst of the. Me, I'll not even be surprised when in the second batch he comes up with more comment. And something I was before I forget about the minister. This is David Chirchir. Chirchir was the minister for energy then, but now the president has moved him to the minister for the Ministry of Roads. Chirchir, if you remember correctly, there was a scandal of oil that this man was involved in, and then the same person is whom the president thinks that can really serve Kenyans on in the docket of transport. Surely, me, I think there are a lot of people who can serve this country, but Mr. President is not seeing them. For just to mention, but somebody like Igade. Igade is more of a corporate person. He's not political minded. And Igade has gone on track record. He has managed one of the best banks in the country. So why don't you even go for such a person? So at least you get something. You see now why even the president is more, let's say, Yani has been exposed, is because he did not choose his cabinet based on competence. And that is what he's even doing right now. He's choosing based on loyalty. And that is competence and meritocracy. Is even what saved Uhuru Kenyatta. Because Uhuru Kenyatta, in as much as he was not a very good president then, but those whom he had under his cabinet, at least they were doing something great. So can you imagine Kenya right now? We are being hit by maybe another COVID-19 or any other problem that is going to attack any docket. Do you think there's any CS who can really handle that, as Mutai Kagwe did during that time? So I think it's high time if the president himself, personally, I would like the president to succeed, because if he succeeds, Kenya succeeds. But now the question that everybody is asking himself, does the president himself want to succeed? That is the question. Because maybe we are the one who is forcing him to succeed, but in his own mind, he does not want to succeed as a president of the country. So, Mr. President, it's high time you maybe change your mind, and then you think of what is really good or what you want to do. And if you feel that it is the heat is too much, you have an alternative chance of resigning. So it's not a must that you must be the president. Even me, I'm not a president, but I'm just okay. I'm leaving. So even you can equally get out of office and just be like a normal Kenyan. There are a lot of people who can be president. And then now you are going and picking Raila Odinga. I can understand. Raila Odinga is on the crossroads. Number one, I just, not to defend Raila, but this is just another opinion of mine. Mr. Raila Odinga, we know he want to be the chairman of AU. So maybe in his quest for that position, he will just like to maybe bring peace in this particular country. But the way he's doing it is not the right way. We have those who are shot during the protest. He has not talked about that. He has not even said the government should do this to make sure that at least the families get some compensation for the losses that they incurred as families. But what did Mr. Odinga do? He said that he's going to do a dialogue with the government. Dialogue on what basis? What are you going to talk about? And even this protest was not about you. The protest was about the governance of the country. For the longest time, we have thought that Raila is fighting for people, but I've come to realize, me, I've been a Raila Odinga diehard fan for a very long time. But it will now force me to take the red pill and change my mind that Raila Odinga is not pro people and is always for himself. So, and me, I'm even praying that he should not even get the AU seat. The man who is from Uganda, I can't remember his name, will even serve better. He can even serve better. Because my friend, Mr. Raila Odinga, for the longest time, I think it's now good we just divorce. I knew I voted for you. I think now once. Me, I've just voted once, but that my one vote that I gave you, I'm regretting. And people say Raila is never an option. At least now they are making sense to the point that now somebody is even ready to settle with like Gachagua president. Surely, can you imagine how low Ruto has gone? So I think, Mr. President, just make sure you reconstitute yourself well. And also the next mistake that the president is doing, I can see he's going around attacking different organizations that are like Ford for sponsoring the protest. Why are you more focused on who is sponsoring the protest rather than focusing on what the people really want? Why don't you just say, this is what the people really want? They want me to have a competent cabinet. Let me give them the competent. They want me to cut spendings of public expenditure. Let me do that. But what do? You are doing the contrary. The other day you say that you are burning Arambe, and then we see you the next day you are in a church saying that you are going to do the building of the rest of that particular remaining portion of the church. So what are you really doing for us? So I think, Mr. Ruto, there's nothing that we cannot pity with you anymore. I was really thinking that it would be better if we give you time. But you yourself, you don't want the time. You don't want to stay anymore as our president. And I'm convinced. I'm not even proud to say that Ruto is our president. Imagine I'm not. So I think it will be better if you just pack your things and just resign. Then we see the way forward. We can even have Gachagua. If Gachagua does not do as well, we also kick him out. Kicking president out is not a problem. Nowadays, we know what it takes, and we are learned as a country. Yeah, so that is just my 2 cents on what has happened today and what will continue to happen. So just keep it here for clean content, and also let me get your comments on what you think. Was the president done the right thing? And maybe also also give me your expectations on the next batch that is likely to be. He said the president said he's going to release it next week. So we are waiting for that. We see who is going to be in that particular cabinet. And then we make a decision on whether. But meanwhile, on Tuesday, Gen Zs, we have all the reasons to occupy everywhere. You can occupy everywhere. Just in solidarity that the president must leave office, must leave. And the word thing, the people shall. That is the best thing. We shall occupy everywhere. So that is mandatory. So nobody should have an excuse of not occupying everywhere. Ruto must just go. There's no shortcut, and that is the only thing. He must go. He should go. He will go. So thank you. Continue watching, share, like, and subscribe. Thank you. And that's the end.